In this video, we're simply going to look at a few places where you'll be able to find some secondary sources, also known as peer-reviewed journals. One of the main places that you'll see pop up many times as you're doing searches online and you're looking for things to back up the current research that you're working on, you'll often come to JSTOR, which stands for Journal Storage. And it's a place where you'll find many academic journals, books, and primary sources, like it says here. And so let's go into this window and see what they have here. So you can register, which is always something good to do, so that you can have more access to what is listed inside of their database. Um, let's see, let's put in here, see what happens. And this is turning up 84 results, it says. Okay. So it actually brought back 126 search results after typing in women's suffrage. And see, you'll get many articles here that have been peer reviewed, okay? And they also offer a place here where if you need to do a citation, then they give you the different forms of citations where you can copy the citation and paste it into the references page of the research paper that you're writing, okay? So depending on the style that you're required by your instructor, you'll choose that style of citation, okay? And you can usually download for free. There are websites and there are cases where these downloads are not completely open source, and you would either have to be a registered user of the website, or you can get library access through your university library, okay? So JSTOR is a really good place to start, and it's something that you'll see pop up in your searches, okay? So here I pulled up other websites, depending on what category you're searching in, whether you're in the social science or you're doing psychology, just kind of depending on what your area is and what you're writing for, there may be different types of places online where you're going to find journals, okay, to back up the research that you're doing. Science Direct is a popular one for science and health and medical, okay, that's a popular one based on subject. And then next, we'll just do a basic search here. So let's say that you do want to find some information on women's suffrage. So we'll just use that again for our search. And right now I'm in Florida State University's library. And one of the very first places you can look is your own university's library online for the school that you attend is going to be a great place to always begin your search for secondary sources and peer-reviewed articles. You will have access to everything that that university library provides because you're a student at that school. So that's always going to be a really good place to start looking for publications, okay? Because that's something that you'll already have access to, and you may find exactly what you need right there at your own university. So typed in women's suffrage, did a quick search here, and this is what has come up. All right, so just scroll down. And depending on what aspect of women's suffrage that you are seeking information on is what's going to determine what you use to reference, okay? Like this one is saying antebellum American women writers, okay? This is more in reference to religion and reform in Galveston, Texas. This is speaking on women in Mexico, in the Mexican experience. Again, more women's suffrage movement in Texas there. So depending on what you're searching for, okay? So right here it says women's suffrage. What if we put in women's suffrage, Florida? Would anything change in this search? Okay, see, we see a change here now that we put in an additional field, right? So that we're trying to narrow something down here. So the first thing it's showing us is an encyclopedia of women in American history. So somewhere in that text, it's going to reference women's suffrage in Florida. So a lot of these are giving us the same result that we saw in our first search. So let's go here. Let's go back to JSTOR and do the same thing. And we'll go right here and type in women's suffrage. I spelled that wrong, I believe. Luckily, Google will correct your spelling if you type something in too fast. Okay, so it's giving us this women's suffrage and women's rights, which is a book. So let's try this again. So instead of all content, let's see, let's go to the advanced search here and start again. Okay, so we've got more results here. I'm actually going to go back 1 second so that I can put in for the type of content that we want. And I'm going to put in content I can access. And let's put in articles, books, research reports in all languages. Okay. And then we'll submit that. Okay, so look at how many results we have here. using JSTOR, okay? A lot more. So you would like to spend a little bit more time with your publication dates maybe, and exactly what type of subject you want to narrow it down to, okay? And you can continue to refine your results by adding words, okay? So many journal articles here that you can reference for your research, okay? So a good place to start again is with your university library where you have full access to that database. And then JSTOR is going to be one of your other very great places to use as a resource when you're looking for journal articles, especially, okay?